Welcome back to our channel where we bring you the latest news and crime stories that capture our attention. Today, we have a heartbreaking story to share with you. Just minutes after a high school graduation ceremony in Richmond, Virginia, tragedy struck as a gunman opened fire, targeting an 18-year-old graduate and his father. Join us as we dive into the details surrounding this devastating incident, explore its impact, and discuss the need for change. Our journey begins with the shocking events that unfolded outside of the Altria Theater on the campus of Virginia Commonwealth University. Shawn Jackson, an 18-year-old graduate, and his father, Lorenzo Smith, were fatally shot. After attending the graduation, the two would go with hundreds of other people to nearby Monroe Park, where the shooting took place. Jonathan Young, a school board member, said he heard 20 shots ring out in rapid succession. The gunfire sent hundreds of people fleeing in panic, leaving 5 others wounded and many more traumatized. It was reported at least 12 people were treated for stampede-related injuries after bystanders were all attempting to run. Off-duty police officers working security inside the ceremony immediately responded to the scene and attempted to render aid to the shooting victims. After making an attempt to flee, 19-year-old Amari Pollard was apprehended by the Virginia Commonwealth University security. Richmond Police Chief Rick Edwards revealed that the shooter, 19-year-old Amari Pollard, had a long-running dispute with Jackson. The investigation is ongoing, and authorities are working to determine the nature of the dispute and the motive behind this targeted attack. Recent reports suggest that Jackson was investigated in the justified homicide of Davion Elliott, another high schooler, in 2021.
Richmond police released this information about suspected shooter Amari Pollard Wednesday.
He is a resident of Henrico County. He was arraigned this morning in Richmond General District Court on 2 counts of second-degree murder. He is being held without bond.
Police believe Pollard and Huguenot graduate Shawn Jackson did know each other. Crime Insider sources tell me detectives are investigating how long they've known each other, but are confident it's been a couple of years. Those same sources telling me detectives have honed in on 2 theories. Words exchanged between the two at Tuesday's graduation ceremony at the Altria Theater, or the 2021 killing of Thomas Jefferson student Davion Elliott. Elliott and the suspect Pollard were friends. Social media posts and music videos show Jackson, an aspiring rapper, with lyrics referring to a chest shot. That's how Elliott was killed on Larrymore Road in South Richmond. Elliott's death ruled a justified homicide, and multiple sources confirm Jackson was part of that police investigation. I spoke to Davion's mom by phone, who tells me, "I would not wish death or grief on anyone. Losing a child is losing a piece of your heart. If rumors are true that this was done out of retaliation for my son, I would ask these kids or people who called my son their friend to stop and end this now. Nothing good will come from it. I'm hurt my son's case is closed, but I'm going to let God handle it."
The impact of this tragedy cannot be understated. Tamika Jackson Smith, Shawn Jackson's mother, and Lorenzo Smith's wife shared heartbreaking details about the aftermath. Amidst the chaos, their 9-year-old daughter was struck by a car, adding another layer of trauma to an already devastating situation. The family had just celebrated Shawn's graduation, unaware that it would be their last joyful moment together. She stated that the loss of Shawn, a talented young man who loved rap music and sports, has left a profound void in their lives. He was so happy because he got to graduate. He worked so hard, she said of her son. She said her husband was an Army veteran and a truck driver. "My husband was so sweet," she said. "He was a caregiver. He was just everything that you could wish for in a person." The ripple effects of this tragedy extends beyond the immediate family. It has deeply affected the high school community and the neighborhood as a whole. Richmond Public Schools Superintendent Jason Cambridge expressed his shock and sorrow after personally congratulating Shawn just minutes before his untimely death. The emotional toll on those who witnessed the shooting and its aftermath cannot be understated. Cameras was quoted as saying, "I can't shake the image of him receiving CPR, still in his graduation gown." This incident serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need to address the root causes of violence in our society. Access to firearms, especially by individuals involved in disputes, is a concerning issue. As we learned, the shooter was only 19 years old, raising questions about how he obtained a handgun. While laws governing firearm sales are complex, recent legal developments have challenged certain restrictions. A federal judge in Virginia ruled against a law that prevented licensed federal firearm dealers from selling handguns to young adults under 21, citing a violation of the Second Amendment. The debate over gun control and the interpretation of the Second Amendment continues to be contentious, with the Justice Department seeking to appeal the ruling. Striking a balance between individual rights and public safety remains a challenge. It's crucial to recognize that incidents like these are not isolated events, but reflect a broader trend. Gun-related deaths reached a record high in 2021, according to a study by Johns Hopkins University. This sobering statistic underscores the importance of proactive measures to prevent such tragedies. Enhancing mental health services, promoting responsible gun ownership, and implementing comprehensive background checks are some of the strategies that can contribute to a safer society. I think it's safe to say that we should all be fed up with this amount of gun violence, but what are we going to do about it? Policy changes, community support, and resilience play a pivotal role. The outpouring of support for the victims' families, as well as initiatives that provide counseling and resources for affected individuals, can help heal wounds and promote a sense of unity. We must come together as a society to foster empathy, understanding, and constructive dialogue. U.S. Representative Jennifer McClellan, who represents Virginia's 4th Congressional District, stated, "The gun violence epidemic is a public health crisis that we must address. We cannot continue to live in fear." I couldn't agree more. Our exploration of the tragic high school graduation shooting in Richmond, Virginia, has taken us along an emotional journey. The devastating loss of Shawn Jackson and Lorenzo Smith, along with the injuries inflicted on innocent bystanders, serves as a painful reminder of the need for change. It is our collective responsibility to address the root causes of violence and work towards building safer communities. Let us remember the victims, support their families, and strive for a future where incidents like this become a thing of the past. If you found this story intriguing or thought-provoking, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can never miss an update. We'll be back with more news and stories that captivate our attention. Until then, take care, stay curious, and stay safe.